You know what you are? A misfit. Nothing but a misfit. You know your problem? You got swallowed up. What happens then? It's all gone. Empty. Nothing left. Nothing. No one. Nothing left. I'm not here. Oh, shit, I'm not here.
Hello. Can I come in? You were right what you said this morning. I must have sounded, well, facile to say the least. Look, I've been a bit bogged down with work lately, and I need a secretary at the PRG. It doesn't pay well, but accommodation goes with it. I'm offering you a job, Karen.
I don't want your charity.
The job needs someone with a bit of guts. You'll be ideal. I've got a large house and I need a secretary. It's as simple as that. Take it or leave it. They tell me I'm going to get raped living around here, but it hasn't happened yet. There we are.
Oh, it's really...
Anything wrong?
No, it's really...
I should have realized. It's not quite what you're used to, huh?
I'll be all right.
Would you like a drink? Look, just make a space for yourself somewhere. You had anything to eat besides half a bottle of scotch?
I didn't feel hungry, you know.
I know what you mean. I'll make us an omelette in a minute. Or maybe there's some beef in the fridge. Anyway. Relax. It's all right now, I promise.
Is it?
Well, at least you're out of that dump.
Are you sure it's all right for me to stay? I mean...
Absolutely sure. Well, there's an empty room upstairs. There's bags of room here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Stay as long as you want or need. Okay? Let's get some food inside you.
You said you could do anything.
Yeah, me too.
All in good time.
Oh, yeah, well, I felt real good when we had that dope. You know, everything goes all grey and sad again when you haven't got that stuff.
Everything is grey and sad. It's a jail.
It's all right for you. You're getting out soon, or so you say. And then where are we gonna be?
Right where you've always been, you old goat.
Oh, that's a real mean thing to say.
Yeah, drop off, you.
These things are routine, ladies. We always look after one of our people when they end up inside. Just relax, it'll happen.
What's the problem then?
A few hitches. That's all.
I was just getting used to having a drop regular.
Well, I tried, Lizzie. Not my fault if someone lagged.
Oh, come off it, McNally. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work. I have never been a lagger, and I'm not about to start now. Some big-time crim, eh? Gets herself done by the screws and can't even face up to it. Gotta find herself a pat.
I warned you.
Leave her. She'll keep.
Maybe your mob isn't all it's cracked up to be after all.
Oh, yes, it is. Now, listen to me, ladies. You lot have got no hold over me. I do things because I want. So don't get too pushy. It happens I'm expecting a visitor any time now.
Oh, why didn't you say so, Tone?
She doesn't have to tell you lot nothing. And some people around here have got extra big mouths.
Nice to see you so industrious, Ferguson. For all the good it'll do you.
And what can we do for you, Miss Bennett?
I don't think you're up to doing much for anybody, McNally.
We'll see. My lawyer arrived yet?
Expecting him, will you?
Will you take me? Or shall I just stroll along on my lonesome?
The rest of you get back to work.
See? Just as she said.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you? Don't know why. None of your clever little plans seem to come off.
No, Miss Bennett.
And they won't either, as long as you've got to get past me.
One of the untouchables, are you, Miss Bennett? Ah, well, different strokes for different folks. Isn't there anything we could do for you? I mean, Mr. Fletcher got his leave.
You're doing, huh?
Do you think you'd like Queensland? Your friend Monty's going. There'd be a bit of company for you.
You're not even funny, McNally.
Tony, hi.
Terry.
We'll be right now, thank you, Miss Bennett.
I'm sure you will.
And I'll be lodging a complaint to your superiors.
Oh, you do that.
Complaints? About what?
That bitch searched me on the way in, me.
What?
Yes, there's been a hitch somewhere along the line. I'll have to tell our friend to make himself a little bit more clear to certain people. Luckily, I didn't have anything I shouldn't have in here.
Lucky, yes. How come? I thought I told you.
Orders from Sean.
Sean? What's he playing at?
All right, Tony. Don't you start in on me. I've already had a session with him.
How terrible for you, Terry.
Look, he called me in, told me you could fend for yourself for a little while.
He did he? What else did he say?
Now, Tony, take it easy.
What else?
All right. Well, he said that he didn't see why he should be arranging things, using up favors, when this whole schmozzle was your fault and...
I'm listening.
Yes, well, there's been a lot of talk going around, Tony, about things changing. You know, people are saying that, well, that you're assuming the mantle of power, and Sean hears things. He doesn't like what he hears, Tony.
What do you think, Terry? Who do you reckon's got the mantle of power? And whose good boy are you?
Oh, yours. Of course, yours, Tony, but while you're inside...
That doesn't change a thing.
Okay.
Forget about Sean. You get me what I want.
Okay, I'll look after it.
Oh. What's the word about the trial?
Oh, yes, that. Well, it's good. It's good news. It's been brought forward. A couple of days and the wind sits fair for freedom.
Is that good? What about our friend Glennis?
We think she's skipped. Well, I mean, they've got a photograph plastered all over the television and newspapers. Nothing. Not a sign.
Okay. But everybody keeps looking, right?
Right.
And if anything does come up, well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, won't I?
Oh, of course.
Now, there are one or two other things. See the accountant. I want all the figures on the house on the west side.
Hello, Jeffrey's residence.
Oh, we are formal.
Angela.
Still, it's nicer than a tape recorder. Everything under control?
Yes, everything's great. Fine. Oh, there was one message. Jack Nugent rang and he said the Pat O'Connell appeal's coming along nicely.
Aha, at last. Jack must have put a bomb under someone.
Really?
Is there any other way? Well, that piece of news has cheered me up. Right. I'll be home around 7 or so, okay?
Fine. I've got lectures at 4, so,
Ah, yes. And there'll be a couple of friends dropping in for drinks. Karen? All right?
yeah, sure. Do you want me to get anything?
No, we just pour a few grogs into them, and that's nothing heavy. Don't go into a panic about it.
I'm sorry. It's just people. I'll get over it.
Only one way, love. See you then.
Wonder when she's going to get here. She didn't even turn up for dinner.
Oh, do you blame her? She's used to better.
Do you know when she's going to get here, Lizzie?
I don't know, Pet.
Oh, she'll be here when she's good and ready. Didn't yous all hear? That visitor was just a lawyer, that's all.
Oh, go on. A real live lawyer.
Oh, you're always having a go, aren't you, Monty? You never give up.
Oh, back in your box, Nutsy.
Oh, what do you want to go upsetting her for? You know she's not... Well, that was a real nasty thing to say.
Yeah, rotten.
Oh, what do you care?
Never mind, love. Tony'll probably be here in a minute with a great big haul, eh?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good, hey?
Yeah, well, I reckon she can't face you. That's why she's taken so long.
Think so. But there'll be no handouts today, ladies. Sorry.
What happened?
Oh, what a surprise.
Shut up, will you?
Not my fault. The screws got their act together and searched my lawyer on his way in.
Oh, I see. So there's a kilo of hash and a bottle of champagne and an ice bucket on Davo's desk.
A temporary setback. There'll be another delivery tomorrow for sure.
Gonna be an airlift over the wire, eh?
If they searched that bloke today, well, probably they'll search him again tomorrow.
All taken care of.
Oh, I suppose you did your best.
You lot want to show a bit of respect. Tony can get whatever she wants, outside or in here. Whatever she wants, or whoever she wants. It's all Ferguson's fault. She lagged. It's obvious.
Got any proof?
Since when are you worrying about proof? You know, same as I do.
Well, maybe.
Oh, and talk about cheeky. She acts like you were just another one of these moles. I don't like her. She's a smart ass.
Listen, see it her way. She's not too bright, not too good looking. She and this Smith woman are used to having everything their own way. Someone walks in, starts making new rules. That can aggravate. I know.
Yeah? What are we going to do then?
Forget it. We're going to let her out soon anyway.
Nonsense. It's politicians we're talking about, kiddies.
Human, accessible to reason.
Come off the grass, mate. Nothing ever happens with them until they sniff the votes in the breeze.
Even the whales got saved.
Whales don't interfere with property, and they're not a burden on the state. Look, all animal lovers are right-wing.
Tina, that is so ridiculous.
Can't we be logical? I mean, people can be reached.
Are you trying to tell me that the prison population of this state is on the conscience of Mr. and Mrs. Voter? The mythical criminal receives his just desert, unseen, unknown.
I refuse to be seduced by this line of reasoning. What are we supposed to do then?
Plod on, comrades. A bit faster, a bit louder, but plod. It's a war of attrition, my loves. Until, of course, the day of the revolution, which rosy dawn be praised.
This is where he does his prison reform under socialism bit.
3 drinks and he's away.
Mock on, mock on.
What do they get you for, Simon?
Forgery. I stand in a great tradition, Francis Greenaway and... Anyway. What do you think, Karen?
Well, I don't know. Yes, you're being very quiet, Karen. Fresh from the halls of correction. You should have a few ideas.
I think you people would have a better sense of perspective about it all. My reactions are still a little too personal.
Is there any other kind?
No, she means she's too emotional about it all. I think she's right. My God, we've got enough passion in this organisation. With all respect, Karen, what we need is a little more thought.
That's probably what I meant, yes.
I would like to hear some more passion. Thanks all the same. might overcome some of this oh-so-rational, self-defeating pessimism. Karen, the floor's yours.
Well, I think it's got a lot to do with the way they make you feel. Even the good ones can't help, because when it comes to the crunch, there's the prison, and there's us. Does that sound a little,
Well, vague.
You see, we're made to feel like nothing in there. Even if you admit that you deserve to be punished, you still feel that nobody out there really cares. You're cut off. And then you start to think, well, if anybody does give a damn about all this, how come they let in some of these screws? How much am I worth if the department can't even get themselves together enough to provide decent medical attention? They still haven't got a new doctor at Wentworth.
What? Again? I thought they
He
had...
left. He quit. What was his name, Karen?
Greg Miller.
Greg? Oh, we knew him well, did we?
Oh, well, no.
These bloody doctors trying to get into institutional knickers, was he? They're all the same.
No, it was nothing like that. I mean, why should you think that
Oh, I don't know. The way you said Greg, and, well, let's face it, you are rather more attractive than the usual old lag.
Oh, no, Tina, you've got it all wrong. He used to be a friend, but now he's...
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry. Yes, he does sound a swine.
Something has to be done about the situation out there.
What about a volunteer for a stopgap?
Oh, no, we tried that. Anyone connected to us is a spy. I'll make a few phone calls in the morning.
Oh. Come on, Tina. Aren't you going to show me off to your rich mates?
Yeah, we better go. It's that Eunice McDougal.
Oh, not the parlour pinko of South Yarra.
Ooh, but darling, admirable work, of course. But do you actually know real criminals?
Hence Exhibit A, my humble self.
Do you think you could get her to write a few checks?
Oh, you never know.
That's a good idea. The kitty's not looking too healthy.
Nice to meet you, Karen. Will you be stopping here long?
Well,
As long as she needs.
Ooh, she's very generous, isn't she, Karen?
yeah,
Come on,
she is.
Tina.
Face like a little fawn, Angie.
Yes, she has, hasn't she?
Good morning. Good morning. Remember me?
No.
Mancini. I'm here to see Mrs. McNally, her solicitor.
All right, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. What, not this search nonsense again?
Yes, sir.
Do you know who I am?
Mancini, I think you said.
Yes, Mrs. McNally's lawyer. Look, I have been in touch with the department about this, high up in the department. Haven't you had any instruction, special instruction regarding me?
Yes, that you are to be searched.
Oh, dressed in a little brief authority. Look, I'm not standing for this.
Your choice, sir.
Well, let's see the governor, shall we? We'll soon have this straightened out.
All McNally's visitors see the governor.
Do they? Do they just? Well, you'll be hearing more about this, Miss,
Mrs. Owen.
whatever.
Come with me.
No doubt some of these people will claim special dispensations. But the officers are to ignore all that.
Special dispensation from whom?
Don't be naive, Vera. Mr. Mancini, I presume.
That's right. You, Davidson?
I am Mrs. Davidson, governor of this prison.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson. He pushed right past me.
It's all right, Mrs. Owen. Return to your duties.
I'd like a word with you in private.
I presume it's official business.
It's as official as you're going to get.
Please stay, ladies. I like to keep my staff informed. It saves time.
Very well. Have it your own way. That overzealous little officer claims she has some instructions about searching people.
Yes, they are my instructions.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Security and so forth. But surely you'd be aware of my own special case.
A special case?
Yes, you'd have had word about my special position.
Your name has been mentioned to me, Mr. Mancini, and there was a phone call earlier this morning.
Oh, there you are, then.
However, you are busy. I am busy. So if you'll just give me your briefcase to search here and then turn out your pockets.
You realize this is tantamount to an accusation of dishonesty? You realize the principle that's involved here, don't you? Who shall stand guard to the guards themselves, huh?
You are not in court now, Mr. Mancini, and while I occupy this office...
Yes, but I hear that the burden is getting to be a little more than you can bear, Mrs. Davidson.
You are well informed, but while I bear it, my staff will follow my instructions.
Your nature is too noble for this world. Look, my client is expecting me.
You will submit to a search or you will not see her.
You are denying a prisoner's rights. I trust you will inform my client of my attempt to provide her with the legal protection to which she's entitled.
If you wish. You are leaving then?
Yes, I most certainly am.
Miss Bennet will show you out. And would you inform McNally, please, Miss Bennet?
Certainly, Mrs. Davidson.
Magic Mouth Mancini. He used to argue compensation cases for the cut of what he could get.
Well, what will happen now?
Oh, in about an hour's time, there will be a telephone call from a certain person. But I am not giving way to them, Meg. Who am I fooling? It's only for a couple more weeks.
Is there anything else?
Yes. Find out who McNally's pals are. And if they have visitors, search those visitors too.
Right.
Bring us some nice chocolate, Lizzie. I'd like some nice chocolate.
Don't go getting your hopes up, love.
What's wrong, girls?
Oh, nothing, Tony. We was just magging. Is your bloke coming in today?
Yes, sweetie. Any minute now.
Where is he then? Time's getting on, you know. Oh, look, why don't you wake up to her? In here, she's the same as the rest of you.
Yeah, well, she's done more for us than you ever did. She didn't go around bashing nobody up and taking their fags.
Oh, yeah, I know. She's Mrs. Santa Claus, only trying to buy you all off. Never mind, you'll learn.
Yeah. What are we supposed to learn? That a dirty little lagger likes to be a screws good doggy and muck up things for her mates.
Not again. What are you on about?
You.
What about me?
You're a dirty lagger.
Who is?
You are.
Bull dust.
It's true. You're the one that told the screws where all the stuff was.
Prove it.
I'm no cop. I don't have to prove nothing. You deny it.
I just did, didn't I, you bloody moron? Oh, look, are you going to listen to her? She wouldn't know her elbow from her ass.
I'm gonna do you.
Not in here, Eves. Get back to that press.
See how she's got her friends to look after her.
Are you looking for me, Miss Bennet?
That's right.
Well, let's go.
I only wanted to give you a message. Your lawyer was here, but he's gone again.
Oh?
Yes. He refused the search we've been putting on for your visitors. He got quite nasty. But we're used to that here.
You seen the look on her face, didn't you?
I saw it.
She's as guilty as sin. Well, what are you gonna do about it? I reckon kill her. I already done one. It was easy.
Let's not get carried away.
It'll be all over the place now. How that dumb Ferguson lagged and you done nothing about it. Maybe they're right about you.
Yes? How's that?
In here, without your mob. All talk and no action.
Even outside, some people were stupid enough to make that mistake, Martha. They learnt different.
Well, let's learn a few in here. Hey?
We're not killing anybody. She's not worth the hassle. No. We'll just teach her a lesson.
Right.
Now, shut up. She's getting out soon. Or she thinks she is. Out is what she wants more than anything else. If she thought it wasn't going to happen, she wouldn't have acted so tough.
Of course not.
Okay. Tell me what you know about her.
Huh? Well, it's kind of a funny story, actually.
Oh, amuse me.
That's very generous of you, Mr. Chilton. Yes. Well, perhaps I could persuade you to, Oh, what did he say? Well, they're not all as enlightened as you are, Mr. Chilton. Yes. Well, I'll be hearing from you then. Well, goodbye. Who was that? The PRG has just got a mere $20,000 for its halfway house. That's fantastic, but who? How? His name's Chilton. He runs a transport company, and he employs ex-cons. He has done for years. And cross your fingers, no one has done the dirty on him, or so he says. Actually, I think he's got a bit of a murky past himself. Anyway, I put this halfway house business to him, ages ago. Oh, and he grumbled and he groaned and he said, aren't I doing enough? This guy has got a Rolls, a yacht, and God knows what else.
So how did you manage it?
Knees and lots of perfume. And I had to flatter his combination of philanthropic and business acumen. Yeah, I had to do a lot of that.
You really get things done, don't you?
One way or another.
I mean, you really make things happen. Do you know Jean Vernon?
At Wentworth? Mm-hmm. Yes, I know her. She's a nice girl. A bit popsy psychology and be nice girls, if you know what I mean. Actually, I've been on to her about Pat O'Connor. You know that phone message yesterday?
Is Pat O'Connor inside?
Oh, is she ever? She drove her car through this shop that had repossessed all her furniture. She was desperate. Her bloke left her with 2 little kids.
What's happened to them? The kids, I mean.
Well, they're down here in Melbourne with Pat's mum. That's why we want to get her into Wentworth, so she can see the kids. It was either that or put her in a home. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wish there was something I could do. I feel so useless. You're working so hard. You never seem to stop, and I just feel like a sponger or something.
Oh, rubbish. You've got to get yourself together. Besides, you're here and we just look like achieving something.
But nevertheless.
If you want to help, you get onto your ex-friend Greg and chat him up.
What?
Get him to go back to Wentworth. We've got Buckleys of getting a replacement.
Oh, I don't know. He was very adamant. I could phone him, I suppose.
Arrange to see him, lovey. Face to face. Phones are useless for the good hard sell.
Knees and lots of perfume?
We'll see.
It is grotty, isn't it?
Well, thanks, Meg. That's all I need.
Sorry. Well, what have we got for dinner?
Look, I don't know if it's such a good idea, my cooking dinner. I mean, my place is a real pigsty.
Look, I promise not to notice.
Well, I got this frozen pizza thing.
Great.
Yeah, well, I thought it was something I couldn't ruin. Oh, God, here we go. Dr. Miller. Hello, Karen. How are you? Fine, I was just finishing. Is anything wrong? You sound rather,
I'm still the same. Well, I was wondering if I could see you again. How about tomorrow night? I'll tell you when I see you, all right?
You sound very mysterious. Yes, you sure there's nothing the matter? I mean, you're not ill or anything? Good. Yes, we can come round tomorrow. Say before evening surgery, around 5 o'clock. All right, well, I'll see you then. Bye.
I'm not sure I like doing this.
But?
Well, he's surgery tomorrow at 5.
Good. How did he sound?
I don't know. He started out very chummy and then sort of backed off.
Well, maybe somebody came in.
Yes, maybe. Or maybe he thought I wanted something else. I don't know.
Would you like me to come with you tomorrow?
Could you?
I don't know what for. She didn't say.
Or wouldn't say. Where was she ringing from?
You heard the whole thing, Meg.
Perhaps she's trying to rekindle old fires.
If you'd heard the tone of voice, ever so formal.
Well, you'll just have to wait and find out, won't you?
Yes, I will.
That's a good girl, Fergie. Hurry along.
Oh, give over, will you?
Of course, with B in the pound, you can't be much else, can you? No, back up.
Piss off. Get your hands off me, you stupid gorilla.
Stupid? Who's stupid? If you weren't so bloody stupid, you'd have kept all the money and got your parole as well.
Can't win them all, can we?
Oh, seems you can't win any. Your Fred's not going to want you back. I mean, after that Blossom, I bet she gave him a good time. And let's face it, who wants to have rice pudding
when you've had Christmas dinner with all the trimmings.
You rotten bitch! Just a minute, you two. I want a word with you, Ferguson. On your way, Eves.
Molly's got to have her word for the day.
Now what? I suppose you thought that was very funny the other day, having me go through all the garbage. Oh, no, Miss Bennett, that was an honest mistake. I mean, I wouldn't want to go upsetting you, would I? No. I mean, you're sort of top gun around here, what with Mr. Fletcher being away and me due for parole any tick of the clock. You're pretty confident about that, aren't you? Well, you haven't got it yet. And right now, you're late for the showers. Wouldn't lose me parole for that, would I? It all adds up.
Tell you what, Fergie, you could do a deal with Fred. Offer to wear a bag over your head.
Come on, you're as slow as a wet weed.
Oh, she's doing her best, Lizzie.
What would you know? Look at her, bloody lead swinger.
All right, get a move on. Haven't we got a quota in here?
Oh, might just as well work. Nothing else to do. Nothing on the horizon.
Oh, come on, Lizzie, don't let it get to you.
Who are you, Pollyanna?
No use whinging.
Look who's talking.
Oh, will you two shut up?
Yeah, don't go disturbing Fergie. She's a real worker, she is.
Got a lot of energy to work off, haven't you, Ferguson? Yeah.
Can I help you, Lizzie?
Do what?
With the dryer.
I can do it.
Hmm? What can I do?
Oh, help Monty, sweetheart. She'll bust a gut if she's left alone.
Crawler.
Huh?
Suck it up to her.
Oh, you got to get with the strength, Monty.
Yeah, and when B gets out of the pound, then you go running straight to her, won't you?
No, I won't. Why should I?
Because you're bloody pathetic and a little crawler, that's why. Now, what's all this?
Well, she's just jealous because I'm friends with Tony, that's all.
What? Leave her alone, Monica. It's a pity about that. Very what? Oh, some administrative mistake. No concern of yours, Ferguson.
Could be. She come out of the top floor.
Walk up and poke around then.
You do that. I'll stick with the picture.
What is it?
Veggie soup.
Ugh.
Come on, come on.
Oh, shut up. It won't do you any harm to wait.
Shut your head.
Oh, here, Tone.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Do you mind if I sit here?
Feel free.
Oh, thanks.
For what I am about to receive, may the good Lord protect me. Oh, good. It's hot for a change.
Yeah? Like that swill, do you? Have to see if we can get you a bone, doggy.
Rack off.
All right.
Like it hot.
Sorry. You burned me! Oh, Ferguson! I knew you couldn't stand the distance. Well, didn't you see what she did? All I saw was you throwing punches. What do you think this is, mother's milk? Take over. Come on, Ferguson. You better not tell it. Where are we going? Where do you think? But I'm going to get some cream or something. You bloody hurt. It'll have to wait. You'll live. Damn daddy, rotten, slimy bitch screw. Ferguson. Now get going. It was a setup. You saw it coming and you did straight FA. It was an accident. Pity you couldn't have kept your head. You would have been out of here today. Jay! But you said...
What did I say?
Nothing. And Mouth Reeves tripped. An accident, that's all. But of course Ferguson went berserk.
I see. Is that hurting you, Ferguson?
It'll be all right. Let's just get this cleared up first. It was a setup, I tell you. Oh, we've heard all this before. Well, it's true whether you've heard it or not. They've been riding me for days. At least that pig Eves has.
Go on.
Got on me wick, her and McNally. Having a go at me, saying things about me.
What things?
Do I have to say? I could tell you.
Never mind. Go on, Ferguson.
They were trying to provoke me. I wouldn't give, see? So then they had to go further, chip soup over me, who knows what next. Then, oh, all right, when they did that, I did me block.
Yes, that seems to be the point of the story. Why would these women want to set you up?
Because I wouldn't join the McNally fan club. What about my parole?
I'm afraid that will have to be reviewed. You may go now, Ferguson. You realize you could have been released today.
She told me.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Davidson.
Who's on in the dining room?
Officer Owen.
Well?
I thought you should know that after Miss Bennett removed Ferguson, I saw an exchange of signals between Martha Eves and Tony McNally. I believe it was a setup.
See?
Ferguson has just claimed that.
I'm sure it's true.
So what? We all know they fight amongst themselves. Ferguson struck Eves. I saw it. And so did Officer Jackson.
Tell me, Miss Bennett, if somebody threw soup all over you, what would you do?
How would I know?
Mrs. Jackson, take Ferguson back to her cell and stay with her while she packs. See that she stays out of trouble.
Oh, Dave, oh, you're a beauty. I mean, thanks, Mrs. Davidson. That woman's a menace.
I agree, but she's eligible for parole and she's going.
She'll be back. You wait and see.
I hope not. I believe she's going to live in another state.
Oh, well, it's good riddance then.
Exactly.
Afternoon. I've come on a visit. Thank you. Gives you the shivers a bit, eh? Suppose you get used to it. My name's Bert Lynch. Lynch of the Lynch Mob. Yeah. Well, you see, I'm here on a visiting capacity to see Miss Martha Reeves.
Oh, yes. Are you a relative, Mr. Lynch?
Oh, well, I am and I am not. You see, I'm a sort of a cousin on a mother's side. Is that important?
No, not especially. You'll have to sign this. Then I'm afraid you'll have to be searched.
Really? That's a fringe benefit for me being charitable. Any time.
Yes. Sign, please. Miss Bennett, a visitor for Eves. Yes, I'm just about to do that.
Who's this? Your visitor. Don't you know him?
Oh, stone me, Martha. Don't tell me you forgot. Of course, it's been a few years. Why don't you sit down? Won't do you any harm. No harm at all.
Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want?
Bit of family news for you, Martha. Fancy you ending up in here, eh? I hear they've got some big-time crimson here. Tony McNally, I hear?
That's right. She's a mate of mine.
No. Go on.
Confine yourself to your own affairs.
Right, sorry about that, miss. How are things otherwise?
You're joking. In here.
Yeah, must be tough. We know, love, we know. Ups and downs on the outside, too.
Would be, I suppose.
Yeah, sure, things go wrong, even in the family. Like only the other day. We had this picnic planned for all the girls, and it got rained out.
Oh, what do you know?
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Hey, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? Want a smoke? Tell you something nice. This will cheer you up. Little girl around our way. We call her the princess. Well, real sweet she is. Big eyes. But she went missing. We was frantic.
Yeah?
Yeah, but she turned up. back where she belongs, good as gold and safe as houses. I was keeping our eyes on her real well.
Ah, that was good, eh?
Oh, yeah. We had the coppers out and everything. The police out and everything, and, no worries now.
Got everything?
Looks like it. Look, could I just pop along to the pound and say bye-bye to Bea? It's not going to hurt anyone.
Sorry. I'll tell her you said goodbye.
Hardly the same thing, is it? OK, then. I'll buzz off.
Till the next time, then, Monty.
Look, no way. I've had enough of here. No, I'm going to be smart this time.
Real pleasant that was. Now, do I get searched again?
No, sir. Sorry.
Oh, well, I thought this nice-looking lady could have a turn.
If you're leaving, sir, I'll escort you to the gate.
Well, that's something. Ta-da, then.
See you.
This area must be quite a change for you.
Oh, not so much as you'd think.
Yes, quite a few of our clientele come from round this way.
Clientele?
With the prison reform group.
Ah.
Angela's one of the leaders.
Is she indeed?
As you know, Doctor, something has to be done about our prisons. But then you'd know better than most, I should think.
Well, I'm glad somebody's doing something, but is that your full-time occupation, Miss Jeffries?
Hardly. I have a legal practice in the city.
I see.
The group is very time-consuming. But as you know, Doctor, a little expertise is a great help.
Yes, I suppose so.
It's very important work, Greg.
I'm sure it is.
How did you find Wentworth, Doctor?
Depressing.
But then you could leave each day.
Exactly. I left for good.
I wish you hadn't.
Well, I'm sorry.
They still haven't found a replacement for you.
No, well, that doesn't surprise me.
Why is that?
Because altruism is one thing and self-immolation is quite another.
Oh. Aren't you being a little melodramatic?
Yes, I suppose I am.
You wouldn't reconsider, would you?
Is that why you came here today? I mean, is that why you're here?
Yes, of course. Why else did you think?
Well, I thought... But I don't know. This really is unfair, Karen. I mean, you know how I feel about this.
Oh, I certainly do now.
Look, don't think I'm unfeeling or that I don't understand your concern.
Of course not.
I have given this a great deal of thought, I promise you.
I'm sure.
Come on, Angela. This is pointless.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize your depth of feeling on the subject. Must have been pretty rough for you. I thought you were just being a little,
Thought I was being a little what?
That's my business card. It's got both home and business numbers, just in case. You know, second thoughts?
Well, I doubt that. You thought I was what?
Just a little callous. You can get Karen on that number. It's nice to have met you, Doctor.
I liked him. We had a good old yarn.
Yeah, sure. Never mind that. Just tell me what he said.
Never said he knew Mancini.
Of course he didn't. Just tell me what he did.
Well, there was this stuff about a picnic, and it rained or something, and they couldn't have it. Does that mean something? Is that a code or something?
Yes, it's a code. It means there'll be no more goodies, you dumb clown.
Don't get shirty with me. It's not my fault. Didn't I take a punch in the gut for you today?
Yes, for all the good that did.
Oh, go then. Oh, you said this other thing about a little girl they called a princess.
Yes?
Well, she got lost and something like that, and they got the coppers up, but they couldn't find her.
So?
But they found her. And now she's as safe as houses. Does that mean something too?
You bet your life, sweetheart. That means my boys found the Buchanan bitch.
Did I do good?
Martha, you are a bloody moth.
Here she comes. Rightio, let's get her.
Steady on. We know she's there. That's as far as we're supposed to go so far. They'll tell us. Want a chip?
Now, I used to keep a wee dram hidden away in here for days when the world grew too hard to bear. Ah, here we are. You can study those figures all night, my son. But you won't manage to change the fact that you won't make a go of this place unless you demand cash in hand.
Yes, yes.
Come on, have a drink. Be a human once more.
All right.
Here's the Medibank. I know I keep on and on, old boy, but if you will insist on being the bleeding heart...
Oh, I wasn't such a bleeding heart a few hours ago. You'd have been impressed. They were trying to get me to go back to the prison.
Oh, Lord, no, you're well out of that. Of course, there was a regular cheque attached to the position. Who was it, anyway? Who wanted you to go back?
Oh, a couple of ladies from the prisoners' reform group.
Oh, that, oh, what's in it for them? One always wonders.
Well, they seemed very committed. One of them was an Angela Jeffreys, B.A.L.L.M.
I might have known it. Madam Jeffreys, Sir Joan of the Stockyards.
Do you know her?
Oh, yes, oh, yes. She used to ooze her way in here, you see, and try to get me to support subsidies for her prisoner's home, that sort of thing. All on tick, of course.
Oh, I can imagine.
Don't get sucked in, old boy. All that perfume, nice legs. Believe me, she's as hard as the proverbial. Believe me, ruthless. Stop at nothing to help the downtrodden. All that bullshit nonsense.
Yes, there was perfume, and oh, she certainly is very attractive.
Certainly that. Exceptional for a pinko. Pity that.
What, lost to our side, do you mean?
That too. But I was thinking of the other thing.
The other?
Oh, I mean, you know, she's gay. Oh, hey, hey. Don't let it break your heart. Come on. Drink up. Drink up.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here